Hello guys, I'm Mona Prince and today we'll be talking about Vikram again because this time I saw the film in Tamil with English subtitles. This is actually a follow-up to my previous video on Vikram, do check it out. Now this time watching it on OTT I enjoyed the film way more. It was a better experience, maybe because I watched it on Discord with other viewers. If you also want to be a part of it, do join us there. I feel like I need to clarify this that in my last video I said I had mixed thoughts about the films, which means I liked some stuff in it and I didn't like some stuff in it. It was a mix for me. And the second watch, it was more or less the same. There were some things which were off-putting for me the first time, but this time knowing the story, where it's going, most of it was fine for me. I also feel I could see small details which I had missed the first time. Now there will be spoilers in this video, so if you have seen Vikram, then only continue. Now coming to the film. The first thing about Vijay Sethupathi's character, I was definitely wrong about Rolex never being mentioned in the first half, which many people corrected me in the comments also the previous video. And also after watching the film again, it was clearly mentioned. So that's on me, I apologize for that. But my main issue for that was in a film where he is the main villain, if he's already scared of someone above him, that really takes away from that character. But watching the film again, knowing what the story is, it actually didn't bother me that much. Now last time I made a point about this film not being a pan-India film and I stated my reasons for that, and I think I'll stick to that this time also. I still feel personally that the film relies more on the actors than the characters. After watching the film again, the hype for me was these actors coming together, not these characters coming together. And there's something wrong in that. I think that's what the film is going, but that can take away the wide appeal of the film. Now I did get a lot of comments saying this is an action film, don't use your analytical brain, don't watch this film as a film critic, this is not an art house film, etc. And after watching the film again, I think the problem of the film is that the second half doesn't live up to the first half, because the first half is absolutely amazing. The screenplay is so tight. And kudos to Lokesh Kanagaraj. The love, the passion, the skill he has to bring all of these threads together, build it up to that epic interval scene. That payoff is just outstanding. And watching it again, I was still so excited about it. There was not even one loose moment in the first half. And the second half, again, the build-up is really good, but the payoff is not. By the end, it becomes a generic action film, which is more interested to create cool moments. And if the whole film was like that, I wouldn't have mind. But because the first half is so absolutely amazing, the second half is just pale in comparison. Now watching the climax again this time, I felt, this is my theory, that they didn't have enough time to either write it or execute that scene. Because it's very much visible, the quality of the film drops. Suddenly the action becomes generic. The last fight scene with Kamal Haasan and Vijay Sethupathi, it starts with a robotic camera angle, but then suddenly it just becomes generic of just punching each other, that's it. And to me it definitely feels like they were running out of time, they had to just wrap it up, they couldn't plan something, so they just rushed it and moved on. Now let's come to Rolex, played by Surya. The first time it really amazed me, but watching it again this time, the scene really falls flat. And let me tell you why. And the way to break down the scene is very simple. We just have to ask questions. Why is this happening? What is happening? What is the purpose of it? Clearly the purpose is to establish Rolex as a character, as a villain for the future film in the Lokesh cinematic universe. And the film did build up the character through the movie with different dialogues at how menacing he is. He'll not just kill you, he'll kill your entire family if you mess up. And when we finally get to that scene, that's his introduction scene for the audience. And this scene has to establish that he's a badass. He's a Dawn of the Dawn. He's bigger than any of them, and he's the real mastermind behind all of this. But what does this scene really do? If you look at it, he just kills one of his own goon, chops off his head, and then tells everyone, call me sir, and that he'll take revenge. That he has took 27 years to build this up, and no one can take it away from him. And that doesn't really sound to me like, oh, he's a big badass. Because killing your own goon doesn't really, tell me that, oh, he's a big guy. Any villain could have done that. Like in the first half, Vijay Sethupath's character was willing to beat up a police inspector because of the fear of Rolex, right? He was going to that extent. Oh my god, that's a big thing. In his introduction scene, he even killed a police inspector. And when you're establishing Rolex's character, he just kills one of his goons. It doesn't really show how powerful he is. If he had really killed someone really big, who we feel like, oh, you cannot really touch him, but he did because he doesn't care, he's so big, that would have made a lot of sense. But what we got doesn't really excite me. But what is exciting is that Surya is playing the character. It's about Surya, the actor who's playing the character, not the character itself. And there's one more thing. Kishore from Moving Images pointed this out in a live session we did on Vikram, that while this scene is happening, Vikram is already present there. He has infiltrated in his group already. And then you show it at the end. So in the scene where you wanted to establish a villain and how badass he is, it's already overtaken by the hero. So the purpose of the scene dilutes. Now I know the director did an interview with Bhardwaj Rangan, but it doesn't have subtitles, so I'm still waiting for it. I will be looking forward to more films in the Lokesh cinematic universe, and I'll just hope that the next film will be better than this one. Now recently I made a video of the best films of 2022 till now, and Vikram was not a part of that list because I wanted to watch it again to really know where the film stands for me. And with an amazing first half which is led down to the last 30 minutes of the film, I feel the film deserves to be in the special mentions. If you haven't seen that video, do check it out here. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Once upon a time, there lived a ghost.